First IEM of the year, Thieaudio Hype 4. Yes, and I've been loving it. Hello guys, it's Jordan from Jordan OK Review. Welcome back. Today we'll be talking about the Hype 4, right? Not the Hype 2, it's the Hype 4 this time. So first IEM that I've gotten, but actually I have already placed order since late last year. See, this is a pre-order item, that's why I waited it for a while. So I've gotten used to the waiting time for Thieaudio releases because of I waited for a while for the Monarch Mark III. So when I say a while, it basically means 3 weeks. Alright, so yeah, because usually Linso send out their stuff very quickly the moment you place order. Within less than a week, I'm in Singapore, within less than a week, I should be able to get it already, but yeah, I've been waiting forever for this. So this IEM, if you guys know, they have the Hype 2, which was quite a good IEM, and now they have Hype 4, which is even better. So there are few designs that you guys can choose from. Actually, you can choose the one in white, I would say milky white, with a lot of blinky diamonds, okay, on the faceplate. A little bit too girlish for me, but who knows, you guys might like it. And also we talk about why you might also can consider about the white color, right? Then next is the light blue color. I've seen the light blue color because I've seen one of my customers so bring it to the shop in Zeppelin and show it to me, and it was quite nice as well. It's really nice. And also lastly, I would pick this, what I picked, the black and blue combi, which is wow, you can't really see how pretty it is just from looking through videos or photos or from online. Yeah, really, because it's way nicer when you look at it on hand. Really, it's really nice looking. And let's talk about the shell also. So the shell, surprisingly this time, they have like 2 dynamic driver and 4 balanced armature, but the shell is surprisingly small. I would say medium small or small, okay, depends on your expectation. To me, it's kind of small because of all the other stuff that I've gotten, like the Monarch, okay, like a lot of other IEM with a lot of drivers usually are big, okay. IEMs nowadays are very big. These IEM are really small, I would say really small compared to like my Mark III. This is way smaller. And remember just now I said why you might consider the milky white color is that maybe if you are a girl that are watching this IEM now, which I highly doubt so, or if you're planning to like get one of these for your partners, for your girlfriend, for your wife, for your loved ones, yeah, then the milky white color is kind of girlish, I would say, which they might like. Or also because of the size, I don't think girls will have any issue wearing this IEM, so that's why another reason to consider about the milky white. But blue is still the best to me, I think. You see, looking at the box here, you have this like looking at Earth from space, that kind of feeling where you have this very dark and blue kind of vibe to it, and I really love it a lot. Another thing is that this box is kind of good looking as well. I'm not sure if you have chosen other colors, will it be printed on it as well, because I've gotten the blue and black options, that's why I've gotten this. Not sure if you like chosen the one in milky white or the light blue, we will get the artwork as well on that box. If they can do so, it would be really cool to see that, as I think that it's just very rare to see this kind of design out there, okay, especially like different options. You have different box. Wow, there's personalized, the personalization is like super, which I highly doubt so. But if you have seen other cases like that, you can link put it in the comments down below. I'll be glad to know. So other than the shell being small, it's very comfortable, okay, it's very comfortable. I mean, it felt to me even more comfortable than my Monarch Mark III or even the Oracle as well, because it's of the size that is so small, nothing protruding out very much or it's too big or just tiring to wear. It's small, okay, you will forget you wearing such IEM for a while after you wear it. And also Just really surprised that these have total 6 drivers in it. So it's 2 dynamic drivers, which they are using the impact square technology, and also 4 balanced armature, where 6 drivers IEM usually should be medium size or medium big, but to be able to make it this small, still impressed. So what are the difference again? What are the difference with Hype 2 and Hype 4 in terms of build? I don't have the Hype 2 now with me, but to do a direct comparison, but I just think that maybe either they share the same size, or the Hype 4 is just a tad smaller, at least visually, because the thing is in black. That's why it might look a little bit smaller. So both of them are comfy to wear. And the Hype 2 is using 2 dynamic driver and 2 balanced armature, so total 4 drivers. Here, I mean, they use the word Hype 4. 4, I think, is for 4 balanced armature, so it's 2 plus 4, right? So same again, it's still the impact square dynamic drivers that you guys seen on the Monarch Mark III where it's first released. Okay, impact square was first released, I think, Monarch Mark III. After that, then the Hype 2. So I think it's a kind of good driver, and it's good that they have been using it for the rest of the lineup, for the Hype lineup. So I think the Hype 10 is also using impact square as well. So other than that, cable, I would say okay, soft, easy to use, and we'll talk about the cable a little bit later if I remember. So, and accessories that I've given are nothing really special, as in it's still the same box that you have gotten if you've got the Hype 2 or the Hype 10, or also maybe the Monarch Mark III, Monarch Mark II. Okay, so same boxes all across Thieaudio. Actually, I've kind of missed the Pelican case that they were giving when they just first came up with their Oracle, Clairvoyance, and Monarch Mark I that era. They've really given you a very, very solid Pelican case, which I really miss. But no complaints, the box does, have recognition. Okay, I can see these boxes in my shop every day. Okay, just most of the time it should be a Monarch. So I haven't seen a lot of people using Hype yet, but then I think with this Hype 4 coming out, I will see this more often soon. So that's all for the physical aspect, and also the case. Hopefully, yeah, you have different cases, so different sleeve, So let's talk about the sound. So sound, look at the graph. Oh man, if you are a graph chaser, okay, you like to see graph very much, and you trusted graph a lot, then yeah, good for you. This thing have a phenomenal graph, right? To me, at least, is totally perfect in any way. Yeah, you see, you have very nice bass, doesn't roll off anything, and just slide very, very, very gradually to the mids. And again, everyone's favorite, my favorite, the flat-ish mids, okay, that Thieaudio has been doing since the beginning of their EST series, Oracle, Clairvoyance, Monarch Mark II, Monarch Mark III, until here. Still the same kind of mids. Okay, so this is their so-called house sound, which I really like. And also on the upper mid range is not overly aggressive looking, correct? And also the treble on this is a little bit nicer done than the Hype 2, which is, wow, nice, correct? Nothing to nitpick, if just visually it's just nice, right? So let's talk about sound. I would say that this IEM is warm, safe, smooth, and wide sounding IEM. Yes, there are a lot of words that I've used. So let's talk about the bass first. So the bass, I think in terms of quantity wise, even when I measure it, okay, is the exact amount of bass from the Hype 2. Okay, so if you have the Hype 2, if you measure it, it should be the same. Okay, but when you really listen to it, I just think that the quality of bass, even though they might be using the same impact square driver, exact same driver, or maybe the way that they put it, or however they implement it, okay, but I think that the Hype 4, the bass on the Hype 4 is a little bit more controlled. Okay, Hype 2 bass to me is a little bit too overpowering. Okay, it's not that it's bleeding into the mids. Okay, this is not something that Thieaudio would do, but just to me, the bass on the Hype 2 is just too much. Okay, fact to me, too much. The Hype 4 bass, although visually on the graph is at the same quantity, but to me, quality is better. It's not so overpowering, and is, I would say, a little bit more control. You have a little bit tighter bass, but still, to be fair, Thieaudio bass is not the very tight and super tactile bass, okay, to start with. Okay, so if you guys are the fan of Thieaudio from the beginning, even the Oracle, which didn't have a lot of bass, of course, then the Clairvoyance, Monarch Mark II, Monarch Mark III, all of them don't have that super tactile bass. Okay, all of them. So same thing, house sound, house bass. So their bass are not that kind, but is from this Hype 4, I think that is a little bit better in that essence. Okay, it's a little bit not so like big in quantity, but then a little bit uncontrolled. I think it's a little bit nicer. I think that. So bass here definitely a good one, and I think it gives you very good rumble. Punches a little bit better as well compared to the few releases that have been coming out recently. And also the mids, nothing to really talk about. It's still the same clean, clear, lush mids that you guys will have loved. Okay, it's not scooped out or it's not overly pronounced or anything. I think none of Thieaudio stuff mids are like overly scooped out or protruding out too much or aggressive. Every time they just do it very nicely and smooth, right? So you can expect a very clean, clear vocals from Thieaudio product as usual. And what difference this with the Hype 2 is that this IEM have a little bit more treble than the Hype 2, which I think Hype 2 is a bit lacking. Not sure whether have I mentioned it in the Hype 2 video, but I think I have said something like if the Hype 3 or Hype 4 or Hype 5 that time I doesn't know, if the following Hype series have a little bit more treble, it would be perfect. I think I said something like that. So really this time Hype 4, yes, they have utilized 2 more BAs that actually give the upper mid-range and the treble area a little bit more, I would say, energy, which is still not aggressive. This is no way aggressive, but just extra a little bit energy there will give you the whole IEM as a whole as more balanced feeling. Now it's balanced. Okay, on the Hype 2 it was more tilted towards the bassy side, so here is a little bit more balanced. Okay, so and then the bass also a little bit more tighter now, so which is a good thing. So what other things that I find that is different is that this Hype 4 has a little bit better sound stage. Okay, so when the notes female vocals sound, you have a better decay. Okay, better decay, and also the felt to me that the stage is a little bit wider than the Hype 2. Yes, which is I love listening on vocals on this IEM. So, but I think that listening on this IEM, maybe things like male vocals would be a little bit more suitable, and also listening to a lot of the Western genre would be a little bit more suitable as well. As in, to me, listening to of course older stuff like the Daughtry, Coldplay, all those sounded super nice, okay, to me, and I just find it listening to that is more enjoyable than listening to J-pop on this IEM, because I just find that this IEM is also tuned towards the safer side, where it's not female vocal don't really jump out at you like just right at the front of you. Okay, so this done at an average location distance, so that's why on J-pop I would still prefer something a little bit more energetic. It's just too safe. But again, on your male vocals genres or on your Western genres that need a little bit more bass, and also you want things to be a bit smoother, and you are very sensitive to treble, that you want something smooth but not overly like roll off kind, this will be a very perfect set for you. And do I recommend it? I recommend it 100%, man, and I recommend the blue especially. So let's do some comparison. Actually, I wanted to save this video a little bit later until the blessing tree does come out, because I think it will be a very interesting comparison, as in both of them have same kind of configuration, I believe. So also 2 plus 4 if I'm not mistaken. So, and also I think their sound signature are very far apart, okay, which is very different. This is very thick sounding, okay, you have everything, where blessing tree to me was thin. Not sure whether the dust will it still have the thin-ish issue. So I thought this is a very contrary IEM that I would do a comparison with, but I don't know when they came out they will release the blessing tree dust. So yeah, so in terms of comparison, maybe I do a comparison with the, of course, the Hype 2. Again, Hype 2, everything are very similar, just that Hype 2 bass felt a little bit more prominent, and I would say in terms of presence, I just think that the bass have better presence on the Hype 2. And if you are a bass head, then maybe you are in a budget, so maybe you can go with the Hype 2 instead, because the bass on Hype 2 is just felt to me more, okay, more. And on Hype 4 is a bit more controlled, okay. If you like bass but not like powering bass, you like bass but at a decent quantity or quality, then this should be the kind of bass that you're looking for. And in terms of sound staging and detail retrieval, of course the Hype 4 is beaten up the Hype 2 a lot, as in Hype 2 to me is lacking in treble. Here, done the treble a little bit better, but still a bit too smooth, but it's not a bad thing. People really like smooth sometimes, so it is here this time. So the Hype 4 is nicer in terms of treble. So if you still want more treble like I do, maybe Hype 10 may be a better options for me. So, but I haven't tried the Hype 10 yet, but actually I've seen a written review of the Hype 10. They are also saying the treble is on the safer side. So I think these Hype series are the bassy balance side, where also tilting towards the smoother side, okay, contrary to the EST series, where like the Mona, the Clairvoyance, the Mona Mato Mark III, those will have a little bit more treble. So these Hype series are smoother to listen to. So instead of calling them the Hype 2410, I would call it the Smooth 2410. So yeah, still good job, Thieaudio. That's all for the review today, and I rate this very much. See you guys. Bye bye.